Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Track Stars Racing Series YouTube channel. As we, following the top 10 shootout that we just had earlier for tomorrow's Bathurst 1000, we now bring you live action back again from Mount Panorama for the Track Stars Porsche Cup mini-series. And of course we are covering the Pro class here tonight. Looks like just a small field of 9 cars, not the full grid that we had at Kyoto. As we see the drivers now making their way around the track on their warm-up lap at the start of qualifying. And our first car around to start their first qualifying lap will be the number 16 of Ryan Palmer in the It's Racing Esports, number 16 of course, carrying a slightly different livery to what he's accustomed to in the Track Stars Touring Car Series, as he's elected to go with the black and orange car, and of course carrying his favoured number 16. Following him on track, of course, the 2022 Porsche Cup champion in the Pro class. Of course, that is Matt Simmons in the number 8. A little bit of a number change for him. You guys usually accustomed to seeing him run the 89, so have to find out the reasoning behind the choice of number 8. As we watch him come across the top of the mountain. Behind him is Ward in the Robo Sports Racing. He's actually carrying the number 7. So a very distinct livery there from Ward. As we see the drivers now getting towards the end of the first lap. We'll catch some lap times here in this qualifying session. Let's see. Palmer will be the first one across the line, most likely. Runs a bit wide there on the apex of Murray's Corner. He'll come across the line 2-minute free. Immediately beaten by Simmons with a 2 minutes 0.7 free. And then Ward coming across with a 2:01.9. Hamza with a 2:01.9. Wood up to second with a 2:01.7. Mario comes across the line, only goes 6. Sandwith immediately replaces him there. Nico coming across the line. Looks like he's had a bit of a slower lap there. 2:23, so he's certainly got some room for improvement there. And then Walker, our 9th and final car to complete the first lap. Looks like he's left himself a bit of a gap there to the rest of the field. Try to get some clean air. He comes across the line, a 2-minute 3.8, up into 7th place. So we catch Simmons going past the second sector. And he has a couple of tenths advantage over his previous best lap time. Car getting all sorts of taily into Forest Elbow. These Porsche 911 RSRs are very tail happy under brakes, and it certainly takes a lot of skill to keep them under control. And Simmons just a fraction down through the 3rd sector. We'll follow the rest of this lap, see if there is any improvement. As he runs under the Armorel Bridge. into Murray's corner. Kicks up dirt on the exit. Any improvement? Yes, marginally improves. As he puts in a 2-minute flat, 0.670. Wood looks to be a little bit off of his pace. It's a bit slower as well. What can Sandwith produce? This time around, Mario improves up into 5th place. And Sandwith also goes about 4/10 quicker and bumps Palmer down to 7th. Nico up into 2nd place with 2:01.6. Great lap time there from him. Walker coming around for his 2nd lap. Improves by a 2nd. He's up to 6th place now. So an improvement from Simmons and Palmer through the 3rd sector. Great run through to chase there from Simmons. Looks to be going faster again. Will it be fast enough to break underneath the 2-minute barrier though? As he comes across the line, very close to breaking 2 minutes, just misses out. Palmer now up into 2nd with a 2-minute lap of his own. A 2-minute .999. As close to a 2:01 flat as you can get. Wood up into 3rd with a 2:01.3. Hamza also improves with 2:01.5 up into 4th place. Nico down into 5th. What can he produce this time around? Can he make an improvement? No, he doesn't. Looks like these guys will probably all get 1 more lap each. Ward down in 6th. Walker, of course, a bit further back than everyone else, probably getting himself a bit more screen time here. As he jumps up to 6th. He still has 1 more chance to make some improvements. Maybe get himself into the top 5. This will likely be the last time around for all of these drivers here in the 10-minute qualifying session. Simmons rounds the corner for the final time. Heads across the line, no improvement for him. No improvement for Palmer by the looks of things as well. Ward goes up to 6. What can Wood do? Can he make an improvement? No, he doesn't. Oh, he does make an improvement, but he doesn't jump up the timesheets. But Hamza goes faster again and knocks him down into 4th place. So Hamza takes 3rd himself. Mario only managing 8th there. And immediately gets bumped down by Sandwich. Nico makes an improvement, but not enough to move up the order. And it's just 1 final driver in Walker to come around and complete his lap. looks like he's run a bit wide there on the exit. I don't think he's going to make any improvements, so he'll stay in 7th place. So a quick rundown of the qualifying results before we jump into the race. Matt Simmons taking pole position. And it's a It's Racing Esports front row lockout with Palmer in 2nd place as well. The only other driver in the 2 minutes. And then it is Hamza with a 2:01 and Wood only a 1/10 of a second behind on row number 2. Then it's Nico and Ward in 5th and 6th. Then we have Walker, Sandwith, and then Mario rounding out our 9-car field in the pro class here for round 2 of the Trackstars Porsche Cup. And of course we can't forget Ando, or as he's known throughout the Trackstars Touring Car Series, Scott. Didn't make qualifying, looks like they'll probably do a reset for him. And he'll tag on to the back of the grid, so that'll make it 10 cars in the race. So it looks like they are going racing here. Palmer gets an excellent start in the turn 1 and takes the lead. And Simmons has to account for the likes of Wood and Hamza right behind as he's off to a bit of a slow start here. As they all fight for the draft down Mountain Straight. Wood heading to the outside into Griffin's Bend. And chooses a slot into 3rd place, knowing the outside is probably not the wisest place to try and overtake into Griffin's Bend. You sort of get hung out to dry there very quickly. So they now all move into single file out of the cutting. And Simmons now settling into a rhythm, trying to close that gap down to Palmer. As it's Palmer who leads from Simmons, and then Wood, Hamza, Ward. Looks like Ward's had an incident there. Oh no, it's Hamza that's had the incident. See if we can get a quick replay of that shortly. So Hamza gets into the grass, spins out all on his own, and he drops down to the back of the field. Sandwith and Walker. Sandwith looking to make a move into the chase, can't quite get it done. Walker was very deep on the brakes, and I think that's compromised his exit there a little bit and allowed him to come under attack again from Sandwith. So lap 1 complete of our first race here tonight. It is Palmer leading the way from Simmons. Palmer immediately going on the defensive. Simmons looking for a way past. They might be teammates, but they're racing for personal glory here tonight. I don't think any of them will be giving up these positions easily. Of course, they will have to be careful. If they start fighting too much, that's going to allow Wood to close the gap. and also vie into contention in this race, as Simmons hassling the back of Palmer as we head across the top of the mountain. Palmer looks to have taken a bit too much curve, and that proved costly there. He's gotten into the wall, and that has let Simmons and Wood both ahead of him. So Simmons now taking the lead of the race, as Palmer drops to third at the expense, well, at the benefit of Wood, who's now up in the second. And now Wood in the slipstream. Oh, they try and go side by side through the first kink of the chase. And Wood has managed to get the move done. I don't think Simmons expected that, and there was a little bit of contact made. And so now it's Wood into the lead as we complete lap number 2 of 8. And for all the work that Simmons did to get ahead of Palmer, it lasted all of about 30 seconds before Wood made his way ahead again. Simmons looked to make a move there into Griffin's Bend. Wasn't far enough alongside to make anything meaningful happen though. And you could certainly say this is deja vu of the end of the 2021 Bathurst 1000, where Wood was being harassed by Simmons for the closing stages of that race, with Wood holding on for victory in that occasion. Oh, really out sideways there from Wood on the exit of the dipper. Still manages to carry plenty of pace though. And he's just drifted a bit wide there. Looks like he had a bit of an understeer out of the Forest elbow. And Simmons now getting the run on Wood. Down into the chase. He has the inside line through the first left-hand kink. And he immediately gets on the defensive. Wood goes to the outside. Outbreaks Simmons and himself. And Wood comes screaming back across the track in front of Simmons. And Simmons still gets down the inside into Murray's corner. And now leads the end of lap 3. There's now Palmer and Wood side by side up Mountain Straight. Now Wood vying into the lead as they go side by side into Griffin's Bend. And it's Simmons who comes out ahead again through Griffin's Bend. Some exciting racing here between the first 3 cars in this race. Simmons will certainly be looking to extend his lead there. It looks like he's run a bit wide into the fence there on the exit of the grate, just as he was looking to establish a bit of a gap here. He's made a mistake, and that has allowed Wood to be closed up a bit further. That being said, the run down the mountain was very kind to Simmons. He has established that 7 to 8/10 of a second gap. He'll still be punching a big hole in the air for Wood. And he'll be trying to take advantage of some kind of slipstream to keep himself in contention. Simmons now gets that gap to about a second. The focus of Wood may start to become about defending against Palmer. He just runs a little bit wide there on the exit of Hell Corner. We'll have a bit of a look further down the field. Ward running in fourth. Got a bit of a gap there over Nico. And then it's Walker in sixth place. And then rounding out the field is the three FR Racing cars of Timo and Hamza. Then it's Mario and Sandwith. All three of those FR Racing Porsche 911 RSRs beautifully turned out. Would have to say they're probably one of the best presented cars on the grid. Wood now coming under pressure there from Palmer. Gets into the wall a little bit and they're going to run side by side down Conrod Straight. Palmer moving ahead of Wood. Wood getting into the slipstream, trying to get alongside into the chase as they run side by side. Palmer holding firm there under brakes. Gets the job done. He moves into second place, although Wood, I'm sure, will be willing to make a move if the opportunity presents itself and try and reclaim that second position. It looks like it's just settled in now that Palmer has taken over second place. And with all this going on, Simmons has now marched out to a 2.2 second lead. We've got 3 laps remaining in this first race. Fastest lap so far belongs to Simmons with a 2 minutes .450. Definitely doesn't look like Wood is going away in this one. So he probably crossed over at the right time. Ward getting all out of shape, exiting the dipper, tagging the wall with the rear of his car. And it looks like Nico is now closing in. Looks like Nico and Race Pig both with some arcade game inspired liveries there, with the Outrun branding of course on the car of Ward, and then Nico featuring the Pac-Man livery there. Certainly 2 well presented cars. We just see Hamza up into 6th place now. See if there was a bit of a replay of that one. Looks like we've missed that, unfortunately. We're a bit slow on that one. So gap remains about 2.2 seconds between Simmons and Palmer. As Palmer's now gotten that gap out to 1 second over Wood, so looks like he's settled in and established a bit of a margin there over Wood, although probably not much of a breathing room He'd probably make a minor mistake, but certainly something bigger than that, and you're going to see him give up that position. As Palmer just sliding the rear end of that Porsche all the way through the S's and down to the dipper. As he certainly battles the limits of adhesion on the run down the mountain. We've seen Nico move into 4th place ahead of Ward. Not sure if we can manage to grab a replay of that one. Let's see if we can. Looks like Ward just ran a little bit wide there on the entrance into the elbow. And that was all that Nico needed to gain the position. Looks like Hums has dropped down the order again. Looks like he must have made a small mistake somewhere. So we're on the final lap now. It is Simmons leading from Palmer. Wood running in third, just close that gap up a little bit on Palmer. Definitely can't say that Palmer is safe there in 2nd place on this final lap. Palmer heads down towards the dipper for the final time. As you can see there on the screen, he was 2/10 up on his 2nd sector. Certainly on course to crack the 1 minute 59 barrier. Although it seems to be that he was enjoying every moment of that exit out of Forest Elbow. I think that might have cost him a little bit of time there on the hunt for the fastest lap. As he makes the big stop down into the chase for the final time. Under the Armorall Bridge and into Murray's Corner. Manages to nicely negotiate that final turn, and Matt Simmons will come across the line and take out race 1 for round 2 of the Porsche Cup, as they're side by side between Palmer and Wood, and it's Palmer who just barely gets 2nd place ahead of Wood. Nico comes across the line in 4th, Ward 5th, Walker in 6th, and then Humza in 7th. Mario crosses the line in 8th, and then the last of our runners on the track will be Sandwith. He'll come across in 9th place. So the first of our 8-lap race is completed, and it's Simmons taking victory here. As we give you a quick recap of the results on the screen here. It is, of course, Simmons taking a win, with Palmer 2nd, Wood in 3rd, Nico in 4th, and then Ward, Walker, Humza and Mario rounding out your top 8. And then over onto the next page is Sandwith in 9th place. So we'll take a bit of a short break here as we reach the end of race 1. And we'll let our lobby host in Ryan Palmer just do a bit of background work organising the grids for our reverse grid race too. So all of our front runners from race number 1 will be sent to the back, and they'll be forced to make their way through the field in the second encounter. Alright, welcome back everyone. As you can see, the grids have now been set for our second race here tonight. Another 8-lap encounter again. As you can see, it's a 1-2-3 for FR Racing, probably not in the way they would like. With Sandwith and Mario on the front row, with Hamza Walker on row number 2. And you got Ward and Nico, Wood and Palmer, and then Simmons rounding out the field. As we get ready to go racing, the order's been flipped on its head. 9 Porsche 911 RSRs come to life as the lights go on. And now we are underway in racing, as it looks like Mario and Sandwith get an equal start. Hamza looked to be marginally better, but didn't really have anywhere to go. And there's contact between the two. Mario looks like he's been pushed a little bit wide there on the corner exit. And that's allowed Hamza to sneak through into second. Ward in third, Palmer in fourth, Simmons in fifth already. And then it's Mario, Wood, Walker, Hamza down the inside. Bit of contact there by the looks of things between himself and his teammate. And a bit of chaos there. Cars into the wall. Simmons looks like he's been bumped into the wall and down the order. As Wood gets ahead of Mario there, there's a lot to unpack in all of that. So Wood now up into fourth, Ward into third, Palmer all the way up to second from the back of the field. A very chaotic opening few turns. See if we can get a replay. Ward into the wall there on the exit. That's affected Mario as well. That's really compromised some exits there. I was going to get that replay. There comes Nico up into fourth, just flying past Ward. Plenty of damage there on the car of Ward. And he's going to be a sitting duck down this straight. There's Mario and Sandwich. Oh! Bit of contact between... Well, there's cars going off everywhere. Let's see if we can get a replay of this at turn number 2. Oh, just a lot of contact there. It looks like Hamza just ran a bit wide, got into Sandwich. Ward was a bit out of control there as well, probably by accident. See if we can get enough. No, we couldn't get the other incident there that we probably just missed. So lap number 2, Hamza out to a 1.5 second lead over Palmer. And then Wood in third place. Simmons 5 seconds back on Wood in fourth place. He has a lot of ground to make up here in this second race. The joys of the reverse grid races means that sometimes you can get caught up in some incidents that you certainly don't intend to get involved in. So Ward and Nico in 6th and 7th in the moment. So we head back towards the front. Wood getting the slipstream. And moving on past Palmer into the chase. And Hamza running a bit wide there on the exit. And that's allowed Wood and Palmer to close in. So now Wood closing in on Hamza for the lead of the race. And one that we'll have to definitely keep an eye out for is Simmons. Especially if these three up in front start battling a bit too much. You can really drag the likes of Simmons back into contention here. Hamza did look to have a few moments there especially on the run to McPhillamy Park. And then Wood's gone into the fence. Contact between Wood and Palmer. We'll definitely have to grab a replay of that one. So we go on board with Palmer for this replay. Looks like Woods just smoked the fence there on the exit. And Palmer, really not enough time to react. Has also collected the back of Wood. And all the while, that has really helped out Matt Simmons here. And Simmons has now closed that gap to about half a second between himself and Palmer, as Palmer had to deal with a bit of damage there from the contact and plenty of time lost as well. And Simmons getting all sorts of sideways on the exit of Hell Corner, which has probably cost him a couple of tenths of a second there. You'd probably say that as much as Wood was the one that made the initial mistake, he's probably gained a little bit out of this, as he seems to have gotten himself back together a lot quicker than Palmer has. Sort of build out a bit of a gap there in second place. So gap from Hamza to Wood, now 1.6 seconds. So we're now halfway through the second race. Wood definitely having a taily moment there out of Hell Corner. That's just let the gap build out a little bit more between himself and Hamza, and has allowed Palmer to just slightly close in here. A bit of contact there through the exit of Reed Park. And now Simmons within 0.8 of a second. Probably quite crucially, probably should point out, with the orders reversed between these three, they would be equal on points heading into tomorrow's third race, and I believe that it would be Simmons that has the tiebreaker in that situation, courtesy of his race win. It could also be on qualifying time, so that would be also where Simmons holds the advantage. And of course, 3 more laps, 4 things to change. So we see Mario running in 5th. And we have Nico and Ward. Ward has really closed up to the back of Nico there. It's a bit of a wider line through to cutting. Ward certainly will be looking to make up a position there. He's starting to get a bit out of shape there on the exit of Dipper. Definitely missed in the background. Looks like Simmons has moved ahead of Palmer into 3rd place. So that'll give him the advantage in the points for tomorrow's 3rd and final race. So nice simple move, using the slipstream well and then getting down the inside into the chase. So we've got 2 laps to go. Wood now starting to close in on Hamza for the lead. Certainly all of these drivers pushing the absolute limits of these cars. Hamza out into the grass. Really trying to get that advantage as big as possible to try and make sure he holds on for the win. Looks like he ran a bit wide there through Forest Elbow. Probably compromised his run onto Conrod Straight there. And now Wood is closing up on the slipstream just ever so slightly. So we'll come around Murray's corner. And Hamza looks to have gotten out on the grass on the exit. And that's just cost him a little bit of time there. Looks like he's run wide again. And now Wood is right on his tail. Moves side by side up Mountain Straight. Hamza chooses to go to the defensive line. Will Wood be able to clear Hamza into Griffin's Bend? Or can Hamza outbrake into the corner? They go side by side, make a little bit of contact. Looks like Hamza has come out just in front. Very reminiscent of Winterbottom and Whincup in 2013. And it's Hamza who's come out ahead. There's still a few more opportunities here for Wood to take the win. And at the same time, there is a green Porsche 911 RSR of Matt Simmons closing in with every passing moment towards the end of this race. A bit of contact there between Humza and Wood. As Humza gets the car really slowed up, tries to get the best launches possible down Conrod Straight. And Wood will be following in the slipstream. Can Wood make one last move? He tries to make a move down the inside into the chase. Doesn't quite make it happen, but he gets a better run out of the chase. And on the run to Murray's corner, Humza on the defensive. Wood goes to the outside. They run side by side. Both manage to give each other plenty of room, and it's going to be Humza who takes it by a tenth of a second over Wood. Palmer comes across the line in third. Not sure what's happened there. We must have missed that in the final lap. And then it's Simmons, Mario, Nico, Ward, then Walker. We'll see if we can get a replay of what happened between. So the final corner, Palmer gets down the inside of Simmons and takes third place there. Let's see if we can. Yeah, we don't quite catch the start of it. But Palmer still managing to sneak across the line in third place. So 2 action-packed races of Porsche Cup racing. And of course the results for race 2, Humza just holding on by a tenth of a second over Wood to take victory in race number 2. And that'll gain him some crucial points towards his starting position tomorrow morning in the third and final race of the weekend. Of course, Wood crossing line in second. Then we've got Palmer in third. Simmons crossing line in fourth after losing third place on the final corner. And then we have Mario, Nico, Ward, and then Walker in 8th place. And then Sandwich, unfortunately, rounding out the field in 9th on both occasions. So it's certainly been 2 very exciting Porsche Cup races so far this weekend. And of course that brings our coverage for today's action to a conclusion. So thank you to everybody for tuning along. And of course we'll see you tomorrow morning as the third and final race of the weekend for the Porsche Cup will kick off our day of coverage of the Track Stars Racing Series Bathurst 1000. So I hope you'll all be able to join us tomorrow for another action-packed day of racing.